they wealth system and all that stuff. Oh man, it's tainted. For me, it's a bad taste in my mouth. Other people think differently, but mine is I want simplicity. Really, you say I shouldn't. It's not small for me to just want to have the desire of my heart is to live simple. That's me.
And that's okay, but you can have the latest
houses, the cars. I would like to do it one time, but I'll give it back. I'll be like, here, I'm finished with it. It's like me with toys. Because then I want to be quiet again. And really, I didn't have my toys. I didn't pass that.
But what about being a part of a? But what about being a part of a club?
Done that, did this. And I just want to chill. I want my peace, as an old hermit man would do.
Okay, you are tired.
Chill, eat coconuts and berries, and have my little pets with me, and that's it. If there's a couple of indigenous that they show me how to do stuff, or if they on that island, that's cool too. That's what I want. And, chill out.
And you entitled to do that, but I want you to have a car membership. So every now and then when you want to feel like a bad boy and you want to go pick up a girl, you can have access to a Corvette. You can have access to a Corvette and have fun and then take it back. I want you to have access to all that kind of stuff. But I get what you're saying. You entitled. But even the fact that a lot of our technology has been hidden for us, like our soil is corrupt. And that's where you're going to be able to come in because you've been out there with your farm harvesting. But what if we can find the technology or get the return of the technology that our ancestors had so that we can build irrigation systems and stuff like that. That's what I mean by not just the wealth of the things, the toys. People are gonna entitled to get what they want, a couple of playthings. Yeah. I believe after they have it, it wears off anyways. But then we still have a world that we have to fix. We got a planet we have to clean up. We got pollution we have to deal with. All of these things require money. You say you want a simple life, but we got a lot of repairing that we have to do. And I want you to have all the resources available to you so that you can be the very best farmer, so that you can have the latest and the greatest technology, so you can fly around the world and potentially help other impoverished countries build systems where they have actually solar power, or they have homes that actually got running water, or they can probably teach us some things. We know that our brothers and sisters in India, they're brilliant. They're brilliant minds. They're disciplined. They are the best of the best right now as far as engineering is concerned and stuff like that. So I don't want you to, I know you want to have a simple life, but I want you to be able to have the best life by having all the resources at your disposal if you so choose.
Okay, that sounds okay for me. Just that. It really is of late. What I've been learning lately is this inner healing that I'm going through right now. And I need to be by myself. I know I need that. It's just too loud outside right now for me. And the USA is too loud. Too loud. That would knock my frequency so low. I don't know which way to, right here I'm in a quiet. I'm in what I need right now to heal myself and think. And get this knowledge in, so I know which way I'm going. I'm taking my steps very like baby steps, and sucking in this knowledge and listening to y'all and listening to the gurus and teachers and everybody out there. They got the real truth of the matter because the veil is open, and so now we get revealed a whole lot of shit. And me myself, I'm leaning towards if there was a scale of going, into that wealth system, all that stuff, or just going back to straight up nature, like our ancestors were, I'll take the latter, for me.
But how was our ancestors? You can't say that. You can go right now to Arizona or look up even on the Google map and see that our ancestors had technology far beyond what we're even experiencing today. So when you say go back to nature, to me it make me think that you're talking about running around like Tarzan, eating off the berries and off the land.
We know about the ancient ones and the technology. personality, they coming out the ground. But my thing is, we gotta start from like when they started, they built it with their hands from themselves.
I'm building this with my mind. No, they didn't use their hands. They used their mind.
You know, and they had the telepathy powers and the strength back then. That's what we need to feed back up. You know, so we can heal ourselves. That's what I think about it. You know, all this paperwork, this apostille and going to them to get free. You know, that's another thing. We going back to them to go get free or get things that we need and got to use them. And I just, like, for me, I done been in a system 61 years and I'm just tired, you know. That's like what it is with me, for real. My whole thing. I just want to be free. You know, y'all leave me alone, give me my due, and I'm gone. Y'all won't hear from Robbie for a minute until I find the people that's like-minded to just chill out with. It's too much separation, too much stuff going on, too much blood, everybody, and they put more pressure in everybody not trying to think right. And I don't want to be in an environment of people not thinking right, because a lot of shit happen with people not thinking right.
Right, Robbie, that's why I want us to have.
In California, they let them sleep with babies down there, and just in and out of jail shit. Niggas can blow your brains out to be out in jail in a week and a half. What's up with this?
But you got politicians that been looking at you or us in our face every single day. All of them are on drugs, either pharmaceutical drugs or cocaine, or most of them might even be smoking crack. And they looking at us, but they get to still drive in their Cadillac Enclades and go into their estate properties while we run around wondering what happened to us. See, we can't just ignore that we have a bunch of gangsters running around perpetrating a fraud and has forgotten that we the people are the one that put them in the houses and in the cars. And so I have to keep reminding you, Robbie, this is a free world. We have a choice to choose. But I don't want you to be so selfish that you want to get yourself free. I need you to be a part of the think tank, because we need great minds like you to also help us. You're going to be able to give us a perspective about Germany that most people don't know. That happens to be the first country that I ever went to when I as a young girl. And so there's a whole lot there, even with our history and the war and the people realizing that we were forfeited, that the war was forfeited, that Lafayette was a general to George Washington. And that's one of the things that they have a memorial that sits behind the marketplace where they auctioned off the slaves here. So we have a whole world that we're going to become world travelers, because that's what's going to open up for us. The international waters will open up for us. There's so much that we can discover. There's so much history that we're going to learn about, that families will be able to do business differently. They'll be able to travel and blog about these things and bring back reports, especially to some of us who can't travel or can't get out there, so that we can begin to learn this.
Let me just cut you off right quick. Why is everybody trying to push me on the stage? I don't want to be. I really
no, I just.
I like to go from the background. Everybody talking about go on the stage, do this, do that, do that. No, I don't want to. Please, y'all, come on now.
Robbie, you were born a leader.
I'm not a leader.
It's in you. It's in you, Robbie.
That's ideas. I'm a mingler.
Okay, well, you mingle quite well, and I need you on my team. Because I believe with your background.
You gotta train me in the stuff you're gonna train me in, so I can just help.
Right.
I don't want to be center stage. I don't want to be the mouthpiece. I'm like they say Moses was. I'm the stutterer. Okay, put Frazier out there. Shit.
Everybody got an opportunity to say at my table.
You can, as I used to say before, you can run, but you can't hide. At some point, you gotta accept the calling you have. Now, you keep saying you don't want to be out there, but when you're on your own channels, if you're talking, you're out there. So it's no different. All the difference is changing the mindset of how you. That's all. So you're already out there. Just go and get out there. Quit
Flowers.
Quit dipping your toe in the pool and go jump in.
Yeah, he could take his time because what's gonna happen is, Robbie, what I found out, and Silver, I was found out is I was going outside getting regular doses of sun, and I just, it was like every day I would have brain pops, like bits of brilliance, and I just started logging everything. What we going through is natural, and people are gonna come into who they are. It's gonna help build your self confidence. You're gonna just wake up happier, and whatever follow your bliss, whatever that is, Robbie. But I just want you to know that you're more than what you may believe that you are right now, and you are allowed to grow into being ahead of foreign affairs. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I done said it. I asked God, and it's given to me. That's the kind of power I got, and I'm gonna give you time to grow into it.
It is.
Because you got an international perspective. You've been overseas, you know.
Wait a minute.
Two or more come together and it's done. Silver said, you heard it and it's done.
Y'all are playing too much with me. No, for real. No, let's go back to the subject at hand. Putting Robbie on the stage, like you said, I got to go into it. Really, it's been I didn't want to do like certain things. When I was a Christian, I said I never wanted to be on the pedestal. I didn't want to be a teacher because I seen how they went into corruption. I don't want to be pushed on the stage to be corrupted by that. You know, it can happen to every man. Everybody say it ain't gonna happen. I don't want it really to happen to me. I want to say Robbie. I want to say me. I don't want that pressure of having to be there. Like they want me to be a host on Beagle. They want me to start a podcast. They want me to go. No, I don't want to because that's the obligation that I'm not ready for right now. I want to get this other paperwork straight that when I do go out there, I'll be a free man talking free stuff and it's free knowledge and everything else.
Oh, can I help you? Even though I know the podcast is coming, how about right now though? While you going through your journey, you make sure you take pictures and screenshots, and maybe write little documents of what your journey is, so that becomes content later on. So people ask, well, how did you do it, Robbie? How is it now that you sitting at the United Nations negotiating the global contract? And you're gonna be like, well, I was talking to Freedom and I was resistant. But she just said, go ahead and create content, because your life is content. How you be out there farming, take a picture of that, because then, people may come to you and you can help them or whatever like that. Or someone may decide, hey, we want him on our team, and you just don't know. So just document this journey for us, because this is our content. Plus, this is our story. It's your story.
I'll be taking pictures. I'll take pictures of everything.
Okay.
I keep it. That's my memory thing. When I look back, sometimes 3 years back, I like when it come on my Facebook page what I was doing 5 years back, 10 years back. I like that because it showed me my growth and where I was, where I tripped, the different phases from Christian. It showed me everything on my Facebook page. The phases you could see on my post. Where I was in my life and where I am right now.
Yeah. So
you're absolutely right. Documenting our lives, that's a memoir for me. You know what I'm saying? They got it anyway. So everybody is open who I am and what I am, because I'm consistent really in what I do. And especially now that I know who I am and what our divine purpose is supposed to be. So if I gotta be out there, y'all, we'll do it. But right now, I'm just too giddy with it right now. Okay, you know how that nervousness is.
I know, but you gonna build your confidence, because once you know what you know, I don't care what nobody say to me at this point. What I care, but not that much, that it's going to change what I know that the ancestors have asked me to do. But trust me, I had issues. I have issues with writing because I realized that I've been writing myself in spells to myself my whole life because of the language. I've been writing codes. But this was something I had to realize, but I hid behind the fact that I felt like I was illiterate. Why? Because they told me in school, or my dad said one time that I brought home a D, I'm a dummy. So even the things that we say to ourselves, I walked around believing that, but I also believed that I could fake it till I made it. And I happened to leave home at 18. They put me out, by the way, and I never had to call home for help. Why? Because I had one person that believed in me, my mom. And she said, you just been giving us hell all these years. Your dad say you got to get out. I can't say anything, but if you need me, I'm going to be there for you. And just that alone, I left home and I moved to DC, and I lived in that area first Georgia, then to DC for 18 years. I never had to call home, not even for a light bill. Why? Because I had one person that believed in me, and it allowed me to try things. And even if I fail, I can learn from it. I could still learn from it. But somebody believed in me. And I'm telling you, Robbie, I believe in you. I believe in Sabrina. I believe in Silver. That's why we all on this phone right now together. And I believe we all have something we can contribute and we can all learn from. You can give us a perspective, Robbie, that you've been living abroad. I already know my birth certificate authentication. I put Abu Dhabi on there. Why? When I chose Abu Dhabi, that's the only country in the world that got private notary. Do you guys know the power of notary? Now, that's another idea that the universe revealed to me. We need a private notary club because the current notary system is under the United States. That's not for private citizens. 3 or more gather, we now have a court.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm actually in the process of working on getting my notary license.
I want you to get it because until we can formulate our own association, we're going to need a lot of things notarized. Affidavits.
I got my personal notary. Hello, Mr. Frazier. I'm your first customer.
Right.
International at that.
And you can now do notary online. And let me tell y'all, one of my wheelhouses is technology. I'm a techie guru, kind of, sort of. I can mess up some stuff. I can put some hard drives together and get some RAM and fix a screen. But more than anything, I've been looking for tools that we can use, software systems, to streamline these processes, like doing virtual notary and being able to send out these letters through the mail through third-party entities. We can that have contracts that we can send stuff out through the mail without having to leave our homes, and how we can collect electronic signatures and keep track of things, because it's going to be a lot of moving parts. And if you don't have a system in place, then you're going to get lost. But I don't want you to also think that once you, Barabi, your first responsibility is to get your certified birth certificate and like that. And then, but you don't have to stop there. You can be preparing the envelope for sending it out. You could be thinking about, okay, the next step after that is the 1090. Let me start to learn about some of these other things, because while you might be waiting 2 or 3 weeks for something to come back, you could be already working on something that when all the pieces come together, then you can direct the money to where it needs to go.
Okay.
Question for you, Trina. Queen.
Yes.
You brought that up. I remember way back in the day when we all first hooked up. And there's always been a thing of, okay, let's continue with it. And what does that look like? Because, for instance, I didn't know. I went and requested the official long form for my birth certificate from the Vital Statistics Office here in Houston. Well, I got it. I thought I was ready. Then I was looking at another individual, Ted Floyd, on the Phil Floyd show, and on it even came out and said that if your birth certificate did not have the numbers at the very top, it's not an official document. I'm like, well, what the heck? That's what I asked for. So now I got to go back and get that information so I can actually have it. But then the question becomes, how does one proceed from there? And I asked because somebody said, oh, yeah, you can do an affidavit or an apostille, but there's other stuff you got to take before there. Correct?
No.
Wait a minute.
From what I gathered, I want you to click on the link, kind of sort of just click on the link that I just sent you guys. It has something to do with the media. I sent y'all the motion of determination and civil. But y'all can all read that. That's what I put into the courts here to help stop the foreclosure. And that's the document that I want to raise concerning Article 1, Section 10. But click on that link that I just sent to you guys. And I want y'all to look how they chronologically put things in order on that page. If you on your cell phone, you'll be able to see it better.
Okay, let's see.
Just click on it.
Okay.
The World View Group.
Yeah, I mean, I'm back. I'm back, y'all. Sorry, somebody called me and knocked me out.
Okay, this motion _brief for determination of substance of money of account.
Not that one. That's the one that I want you to read. That has to do with there is no money. The one above it that says the World Review Group templates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, no, stop. Let me try it.
Okay. The template Taylor to?
It said World Review Group.
Yes.
Yeah, I see it.
Now y'all see how they have everything lined up in chronological order, so to speak. Power, effective, power, attorney, in fact. Then the authentication of your birth certificate. Then you start looking into the commercial security agreement. Just kind of look at that. Just, you got to get familiar. These are all our forms, and they're somewhat in a chronological order on how they're going to be used based on your understanding.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So these are the areas that we got to focus on. All the forms are here.
Got it. Okay.
So now you got an injury. Yeah, so think about it. You got an injury. Okay, so this morning I had an idea for credit repair. I said we've never given the credit card company any prior written notification that they could use our name. That's your name, right? We never signed a contract and agreement with them. So Spirit say, forget all this other dispute letter stuff. Get them to prove that you got a contract with them. And if they don't, that means you need to talk to the executive of Equifax, TransUnion, or whatnot, and you can ask the question, right? Is there a prior written knowledge of contract with you? No. Well, then I suggest that you remove these negative things. And then in there, they got a fee schedule in there. Send your fee schedule because you are an attorney in fact now. You are the attorney in your life. And you have to tell these people what you want. And let them understand that there's a fee for your time. And some of them may disrespect you or think that you're joking. But now, in contract law, because you've now offered them an opportunity to clean your credit, or there's a penalty for using my name. Right? And if after so much time you put a demand on it, 3 days, 5 days, you monitor it. Anything after those days, that fee schedule say how much you gonna charge them. Now you have a valid contract. Why do we go to court? We go to court because there's controversy. That's the only reason why the judge is there, is to determine, is there a contract? Has it been violated? And how do we proceed from there? It's already written in your fee schedule what they gonna pay you for violating you. You are the lawgivers. We just haven't had the right forms.
Or we weren't really made aware of the existence of the forms.
Right.
And how to use it.
Right. And therein lies.
Y'all just gave,
Huh?
excuse me. Y'all just gave a whole class here. Orange is coming. I want to hear it too. I'm like, I can't pull you in because it's her call. Excuse me for breaking in on y'all, but she come in the background, hit me up. Put me in the call. I want to hear it too. Hey, I'll see.
Who wants to who wants to get on the call? Can we add them?
Huh?
Can we add the person?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can.
I don't know. Let me see. I don't want to get too fancy over here without and hang up. Hold on. No, I can I add more people?
I'm counting the number that she got, and then you type the number and you can add it.
So I probably gotta add her as a contact first.
No, that ain't help. Go inside. Go to more. No, that ain't what I want to do. Go to more. View contact. The number is 858.
Hold on, 858.
226 6206.
And what's her name?
Huh?
What's her name?
She got Pre on there, orange juice. PREE and then / orange juice. Well, continue, y'all. Continue. You can call in the background. Y'all go ahead. I'm greedy. Y'all have through with me already.
Hold on 1 second. Let me try. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to add her. Oh wait, no. I need
I don't
to.
know how many people you can add on here because it looked like it's full with the 4 frames we got. Or maybe you just make them that big.
Oh, you might be right.
Because I pushed them 2 little people in the corner and they don't have the ad no more. It show you how many people in here, but if you the admin, that means you can only one can add them. What's the young lady up in the corner? I see her phone blinking. She haven't said anything. Hello, how are you?
That's
Bobby, how you doing?
That's Sabrina. That's my ride or die. She the trustee. You know what? You a lover too. She probably one of them old homely girls, but she sure is a whippersnapper. Has gone through a lot, and I mean, she's one of those spirits that you're gonna fall in love with her. So I wouldn't be surprised, Robbie, if you can't swindle her to Germany because her brother is already in Germany. So that would be a great meeting. Birds of a feather flock together. Okay. I'm trying. I don't think I can add her to this group. Sorry.
No, well, you have to do it when you go back in the group page, I think, and then when you put the people, I don't know how many people you can put in a group. I don't know how many groups, because it's a group. And that's why you should be able to add people. You the admin, you the only one can do it though.
Yeah, but I don't have the option anymore to add any more people. It doesn't give me an add group info.
Not in here. You gonna have to do it when we off the phone.
Oh, to add her to the group so when I recall, then she'll get the call.
Yeah.
The other option is that we have the Clubhouse app where we can go on there. I'll send y'all that as well because we create our own groups on there, but then the groups are open, and if we have a title that we're talking about stuff, people can begin to pop in and listen, and this can really truly be a movement. But I want to get back to those forms just a little bit.
You know what, Freedom?
Huh?
Right now that's happening to me on Bigo. Really?
Really?
Amy Silver. Yeah, man. I'll be blowing up some nights, man. I throw on videos, we be talking, people come in, Sean come in, Silver come in, Orange come in, Goddess come in. You know, people coming in and they community, it ain't arguing, it's all about love. You know, I be talking about y'all, you know, respect everybody, you know, raise your hand. There's been a couple of them, that's why I had to make Silver admin. It's 4 people admin because I just tender heart and, you know, I'll discuss all day. No, let them speak, but they'll kick them out. You know, because they used to be the ones to come in and say something anyway. That's what I just like. I don't like blocking people and having to argue with people like that because it's not that different.
But
we respect one another. And we respect one another, we be good, dog. Let somebody finish it. But let me stop. I ain't on Vigo right now, but go ahead.
yeah, I get it. And so that's all we gotta coordinate. Like I said, from so many things, guys. I'm dealing with I got young men that are calling me every day that are being locked up and just railroad. It's just a lot, and I'm just trying to make it all make sense as well as take care of myself. But I want to participate in as many things as we can because I believe that the universe has given me the tools, but I have to put them in people's hands, and then we have to do our own work because we're going to learn so much. I learned so much from just listening to you guys today. And we just got to be open.
Pull this on Vigo. I think we can get a panel up if y'all got time.
I mean, I'm open.
Huh?
I'm a little tired. I've been going since 4 a.m. I was on Vigo Live between there and the clubhouse. If we can do something, could we do? Oh, I forgot you and I are on a different time frame. Could we do something maybe in a couple of hours or this evening?
Yeah, man, it's only 6 o'clock here, and Silver, no, I'll be going till 3 o'clock in the morning sometime on Vigo.
So if you going to 3 o'clock in the morning, that means it's what? 9. That's 9. What? Wait a minute. If you go 3 o'clock in the morning, what time is that here?
I usually start at 10 o'clock, and that'd be like 4 o'clock there, Fraser.
4 p.m.
Yeah, it'd be like 4 p.m. at y'all time. Then I go. Sometimes I 10. Sometimes it depends. I'll just go on. If you pop, then we just switch the whole thing. You be introduced, and then y'all just take off.
Okay, because
there's some good people out there, you know.
Right, and I want us to look at this opportunity of the Queen, the change of guard, as an opportunity for us to now say we want something different. We want human rights. We don't want Republican or Democrat. We want human rights. That means everybody's covered, not a select group. And for the people that don't want to participate, we got Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah. See me, I just be that's don't even try to put me in charge of no Guantanamo Bay and no kind of prayer. I'll be like, nah, y'all said I'm supposed to be the minister half. I be the blessed, all right? I'm the blessed. I don't want to see what y'all do in Guantanamo.
It's already people in Guantanamo.
I know.
Right. Because there's some really.
And they probably more innocent, and the other ones should be up in there. No. They should be out, and the other ones should be in there.
No. I'm talking about the ones the from the American side, the political side. There are some already in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that's what they say, that they've been picking up people. At this point, I'm just know that, President Trump put some things in place. Let me just say this, because that was another argument. I'm not saying President Trump is good or bad. I'm saying that I looked at his track record, and he may not have been politically correct. Like he got to be brash, but to be honest with you, we so sleep. You need somebody that's gonna rile you up. You get what I'm saying? Some people heard what he said and they woke the hell up, while the rest of them wanted him out of office. So his tactics was perfected because it followed up by what he documented, what he put in place for us. Just like the UCCs have been in place for us since this whole system, the USC codes that we using to show that all the laws have been repealed. And and he put in some things to get us back on the original Constitution, I believe that every now and then, or more than we think, that God can use even a fool to do what he needs to get done for the rest of us to witness. Does that make sense? Because no matter what you say, Obama did not do these things. I saw President Trump. What I knew, was my great awakening, that I knew how powerful our signature was. Donald Trump signed. He was at the fire department, by the way, which is probably the only real public service that we really need to have a part of our new regime. But needless to say, I saw him at the fire department, and he said, y'all get me white papers. I need clear white papers. And he signed his signature, and he handed it out to 10 or 20 different firefighters. And he said, go on eBay and cash them in. At the minimum, they're going to pay you $10,000 for my signature. So I know that our power is in our signature. And Donald Trump, he may not be the most politically astute guy, but even when he called us a dummy corporation, was he lying? Was he lying?
Nope. He told the truth.
No. 100%. I ain't against Donald Trump, but I know he part of they swamp, but he's a crook, and he was acting like a crook, but he did a lot of good things too. Hey y'all, but one more thing, y'all was talking about birth certificate. Let me just read y'all something. Y'all, this sounds strange to me, and I just noticed something about my birth certificate. It's giving the time, my name, everything. But I went down a little bit, and it asked if I was born inside the corporation limits or outside the corporation limits, and it's checked. Check here if you on the corporation limits or outside the corporation limit. One is on a farm, and my mom checked not on a farm, but outside the corporation limits. And then I dropped down, and I was looking. And what was I looking at? Oh yeah.
That doesn't have your social security and numbers on it. Is there a way that you can send it so we can see it? But if you need to block personal stuff, you can.
No, because it got numbers at the top. It's the state file number, and it's like a 8-digit number. Then they got another local registration number and certificate number, and then it got another number in the corner that's 5 digits.
Block it.
Yes. No.
Take it and get a copy of it, and then block it out.
Block what out?
The numbers. So in essence, make a copy of the document, and then you can block that information out, so it's not releasing what they call sensitive information.
What's sensitive about my goddamn birth certificate? I ain't King Hannibal shit. I ain't Hannibul shit. Okay. But anyway, the numbers ain't important. What, you want to see it? You want to see it?
You're talking about, but if you since it's
I'm open. I ain't scared of nothing. Y'all can see it. I'll tell
the other part that I want you to consider, I'ma send y'all another young lady that she's out of Michigan. Her name is Miss Jackson. She's on YouTube, and she seems to have the most latest information and technology. She also has a website with a lot of our forms. But what she's saying is that even if we don't get that long form, that we need to send it in anyways, even if you got to get an affidavit. These are their documents. As long as they got them seals on there and they are the original document, we should be able to use them. Now, Robbie, your situation might be a little different, and I want to follow up with that phone call with you. But we cannot allow these people to continue to manipulate the system, and we don't get what we need to do. We are looking for our freedom papers, and we want them. And we're trying to,
One thing happening with me in Texas right now. My grandfather had a city block. Him and my grandmother brought in Tyler, Texas. They got a whole city block. I'm trying to find out where that land is.
Oh, that's going to be easy to find.
On the paperwork, it wasn't sold.
That was Tyler City.
Tyler, Texas. All my family came up from Tyler, Texas. Out of Texas.
It's
Before that,
hey, Freedom, it's east of Dallas.
it's Smith County. It's in Smith County. That's that place I called, but they never there. I called Smith County Courthouse, and then they put you on to somebody else, but the other one don't ever answer because all I got to tell them my grandfather name, my name, you know, and the only thing I'm worried because I got 2 cousins that they got the same last name, but they put my uncle out. You know, I don't know what they want to do because they lazy. You know, they doing it. I told them to go check it out. You know, let's see what we gonna do. That's a whole city block, dog.
I'm interested. I'm interested in helping you, especially if I get out there with Angela. See, this is why this is gonna be so good for you. I'm having a brain freeze, Robbie, because once you get yourself out the system, and I'm working with this lady, she just got basically a billionaire she's gonna be creating a new business, a new building there in Dallas that's gonna be like office, penthouse, grocery store, individual office space for people to come in and rent and whatnot. But part of her program is for us to buy this real estate. So I definitely want to have a sidebar conversation with you because one of the gifts that the ancestors have given me is my ability to read maps. And I can read any map just about in the world, and I can discover things by just reading maps and be able to discover some things. But I also know how to go into the deeds of records. And if God would have me to be in Texas, I want to work on this project, especially if you said that it's right outside of Dallas. It should be nothing for me to take some time out to drive around and to ask the right questions with your permission. And so this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be putting claims, just like I shared this earlier this morning, that most of our property is sitting in between multiple jurisdictions, as well as the land mass have been changed. So they're telling me that this property is in South Carolina. It's also showing that it's in Cumberland County, the city of Fayetteville, and under Hope Mills, the town of Hope Mills. So us to be able to ask these questions in court. Well, who really own this property? Once you read the deeds of records and you learn how to read mathematically the coordinates and everything, you're gonna realize that they don't have a claim on it. And if you feel like you have a valid claim on this land, this is where you coming into your divinity, claiming your land and then using your land to do whatever you decide you want to do with it. I want to support you on that because that's what this is all about, us finding our land and putting land patents on our land so that you can seed that land. If you don't have a family, you could seed it to my foundation. You could seed it somewhere, but we have to start to collect our land back.
Well, one thing, Robbie won't be coming back over there to get it. So what I would do is just know that, you know, that's what I was telling my cousin, and why don't y'all go check it out? You know, y'all got a piece of y'all too. You know, if I go in there and do all the group work, you know, and y'all come traveling up, I'm, you know, be asking questions, but they do got rights. You know, I don't want to do all the work, but I not.
But what if we can? What if we can? But what if we? But what if we can air it? What if we can?
Take them a drive or a phone call to Smith County Courthouse, ask about the land. I looked at Ancestry because they showed where my grandfather was working, how much money my father. I looked on my birth certificate. He worked for the Board of Education. So I'm like, okay, you know, and that's for me. That's where it stopped. For me, something is funny. My history seemed like they erased me. I looked on Ancestry and say I'm born in 1962, but I'm born in 1961. Maybe a typo, but it's been strange, weird shit in all my life been happening to me. I always felt out of place, not in the right place. That's why it's easy for me to move somewhere, go somewhere, because till I find a place where I feel okay. You know, just safe, secure. You know, I feel like I'm in the open, in the desert, hoping, and it's a storm coming in. Shit, I'm in the open. I want to be in my nice little hut or something, you know, cozy by the fire. My 2 boots on my arm. If I got a squaw, I got one. If I don't got a spot, that's cool too.
Hey, Robbie, what is the zip code? Do you have the zip code of that area?
Oh man, I gotta open up Ancestry, and that's on this phone.
I don't need it right now, but I'm gonna need some of that to start research.
What are you trying to find, Bobby? What are we looking for again?
Smith County Courthouse. Smith County Courthouse in Tyler, Texas. It's a like them counties, you know how they got, but Smith County is the county that handles Tyler.
I got you.
Okay, I'm just saying, you know how I talk, nigga. Shut up. Don't be gay.
Zip code is 75702.
Okay. Yep. And that's all it's going to take, like investigative work just like this, and getting out there and putting in the proper documentation. But Robbie, I want you to be thinking that we can claim this land. And even if you don't want to come back to the United States, you can negotiate with maybe some investors. The land will be put in a trust and you can receive some kind of residual from it when they develop it or something like that, and your family members. We don't want to leave anybody behind. Everybody is just burdened. Sometimes we think that something could be simple, like you said. It in theory it may be simple, but we don't know the complexities that our brothers and sisters are going through, our cousins, our family members. Everybody is dealing with so much. And one more thing on top of what we got to deal with, sometimes it's just too much. So just have grace with them and know that, you know, we're not just talking by chance and I'm negotiating getting to Dallas or whatever, because my whole goal is to go out here and help this woman finish putting this program together so that I can put the resources in everybody's hands so that you can build your individual programs or products or homes. If that's all you want to do is go sit down somewhere, then that's what you can do. You can just be a teacher for us or an advisor. But I still believe that we limit it because our money is funny. And if we don't address that and get more money coming in, then we spinning our wheels. And part of that is to get the debt dissolved. I think me going towards finalizing getting this debt resolved is going to help everybody get instant health care, because you ain't gonna be worried no more. You just not gonna be worried no more. You might not know what to do with yourself, but that element of we've been on a hamster wheel, it would just stop with the stroke of a pen.
That's why I do what I do on Bigo, because I want people to wake up. That's why I show them what I show them, the different videos, I show them the different conversations we have, the current events, the tricks, the lies, the history. You know, that everybody wake up, man, and come to yourself so we can get the power frequency going on. You know, grab your gyms, your judes, your meditation, hit the nature, get out there and heal yourself, get in the sun, go barefoot, chill. You know, and let's start helping each other. Stop looking at each other with enemy eyes. But that's what I want. I want to. If I'm gonna go on the stage, I want it to be that it have it helps somebody. A couple of people on Bigo seem like they've been helped by listening in.
And that's all that matters. If I show up every day, and I don't know if anybody's listening to me, but I show up every day. And if I can build hope in one person's heart every day, you've done exactly what you were supposed to do for that day. Remember, everything is already written. It's already ordained. So as we pop in different groups and things resonate with us, that's what we were supposed to hear that day. So Robbie, just keep showing up, because soon it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. Then we're going to have a movement. Then we're going to take over the whole media complex. And we're going to be living differently. It only takes a few of us to make a difference.
Well, Silver tell you how that room just like growing. It's just growing because people be sharing it, and then other people from their page be coming. Like my fan base has done went up. it's like going up. And I'm like looking at the numbers. I'm like, okay, a lot of people listen. It was a couple of people had to explain to me how I see what viewers are in my room. And I'll be like, the other day I hit like 1,300 viewers was in my room, popping in and out, in and out. And that's how it be going all the whole night. And it seemed like people either, like I tell them, come and just sit down and relax. You know, no problems, no arguments, and let's just learn together and learn from each other. That's what I want to do. That's what I would love to do. That would be my calling. And, you know, if I could just information, just give the children that they can grow, eat. Come to this buffet, eat what you want, don't eat what you don't need, and keep going, moving, and then pass it on, feed somebody else. Reach one, teach one. That's what because I'm getting it. I just feel it for this wellness. That's where I'm at, and I'm going through these phases, man. It's a trip. We break with these trip.
But isn't it liberating though, Robbie?
Yeah, it's electrifying. You know what I'm saying? Watching the sky, watching the freedom, the earth, taking pictures. If you look, I just posted pictures on Vigo. Boats and flowers and trees, the moon, and, you know, that's what I do. And that's me. You know, I want people around me, but I don't.
That's how I feel, Robbie.
You know?
I gotta come out and meet with people, but I love being alone too. And I gotta understand that at some point I'ma have security, I'ma have so many things. So I'm just learning to cherish these quiet times as well, you know?
Yeah.
I guess I already got security.
You know, I'm just
getting
ideas flowing. You know, I was going in to do some investment. And then, you know, I just like me, my mind, I'll be like, I'm trying to get out of the system. Here you go, want to walk back up in there. But investment not bad because you can even moving with their credits that they be using.
Right,
so,
right.
Learning about this financial stuff, y'all, because you know we wasn't taught this shit, and that wasn't my big. What would I say? Outlook. Long as I knew how to count and deal with the money that I was getting, I was always happy with what I earned. You know, what I went out and earned, I was happy. Give me my check, nigga. I don't need no more, no less. Well, yeah, more, but no less. If you find me work, give me a couple of dollars more, cool. If not, just pay me what I work for. Shit, they feeding me out $13,000. I'm still looking to see how I can get that money back. Because the guy bullshitted us and had us working a couple of months, and we went on his word because we was all buddies, and he went bankrupt. They gave us all like $1,500, $13,000. I was like, damn. When I did my bankruptcy, they made me pay all my money in 7 years. In 6. Well, I paid off in 3. And they made me wait 6. And they just now opened up my, like y'all say, credit score.
Right.
100% the ass. So they gave me a 97.9. I was like, hey, y'all make me wait 5 years. And y'all mistake. I didn't have no credit score. I couldn't do nothing. Couldn't get a credit card. Couldn't do nothing because y'all didn't tell them that I paid all my bills off. See, I don't like this system. That's why I want to get away from it. Y'all just don't know. I done been through some shit with these systems, man. I'm tired of them. The military system, the government system. I'm tired of that shit. When it comes time for them to do right by us, they don't. And I'm sick of that shit. Shadow, stop.
Yeah, but I want to say, I'm going to say this may not make, I want to say this. I'm tired of the system too. And I lost a child to the system and a $29 million business over COVID. I sold $29 million worth of hand sanitizer, and I was working with 2 veterans. And she signed the documents saying that she owned my company, 49% of it. And the other veteran decided the $5 million that my customers transferred to him, that he wasn't going to fulfill their order because they both started being in cahoots with each other. And that's what made me begin to start to study the law. Because even though I had the contracts, and I still write now in my garage, I got a 200-page binder chronological, everything. The facts tell right there. And I couldn't even get the attorney general, where I got a recommendation from my congressman who recommended that they be prosecuted. So I feel you, Robbie. The system has done us wrong. Consumer protection is not what we think it is. But we have to.
Right about that. I found out the hard man. I don't trust them, dog. That's why when I go to one of their offices, I'm already boiling when I walk in the door. Right now, they still got me in a court case. Wait, my security deposit, I gave these people. It's 2 years later now. They ain't gave my money yet. I'm in court with them, and now they keep switching judges. They already gave me a judgment. I say y'all forgot that about my security deposit. Y'all, they owed me money because they charged me over rent. They kept raising my rent, and it was illegal in Germany to raise it that many times. See, I went through, man, I'm tired of, I'm telling you, give me my due and let me go. Now I'm still waiting on this court case to end.